All right, how's it going, everyone? This is the week 13 update of building our Ryan home St. Lawrence. Hard to believe that we are already at the week 13 mark here, but here we are. And yes, we do have more progress here to talk about. Now, on the exterior side, one of the first things we're going to see is the fact that, well, we actually do have a little bit of damage here on the shingles of the roof. We've had some incredibly strong winds here over the past week, easily reaching and exceeding 40, 50, even 60 miles per hour, and they seem to have taken their toll on at least a couple of small sections of the roof. So we did notice this, and this is something we did mention to our PM. Now, otherwise, on the exterior front, it's really just a series of small, minor adjustments, at least at this point. We do have a gas meter that you're going to see here on the left side of the home. However, this is yet to be hooked up at this point, so not quite functional yet, although this does and should mean that we'll be getting gas service to the house very soon, which will be an important step as far as related future progress goes. Also, yes, for what it's worth, we do now have numbers on the home, so those have been installed. I think these get placed in different locations depending on the community. I've seen some where they place it on the support columns on the front porch. I've seen some where they place it near the door. In this case, they placed it on the left side of our larger garage bay, and that's fine. Now, otherwise, getting back to the wind and the weather we've been experiencing here overall, this footage was captured on Friday, February 21st. Really, we've had just a lot of inclement weather that I think has impacted progress in the community overall, and so there are certain things along the exterior that have just yet to take place yet. Everything from adding the mortar in between the stones, pouring the front walkway, sidewalk, the asphalt driveway. I did note the gas line. Our PM mentioned to us that even getting that installed over the past week or so has been a bit of a challenge given the sub-freezing temperatures, snow on the ground, some of these winds, etc. These are the kinds of things you might expect with a house getting built in the winter here, at least in the Northeast. Now, on the community progress front, I will also say these are more incremental updates as well that I could tell as far as compared to some of the previous weeks. So homes that were already framed, maybe getting some house wrap or finally getting siding at this point. Maybe some of the homes getting a little bit further along in their framing stages. And yes, also some progress on the foundation or foundation footing side in terms of getting the concrete poured for that. Maybe one interesting thing to note here is the fact that we actually have a couple more homes now beginning progress on our particular street. And maybe the more notable one being the fact that we have a future neighbor here getting built at this point. So we have a house to the immediate left of us, assuming you're staring at the front of our home, that has now had its foundation footings poured. And from what I can tell, at least here with this drone footage, it looks like it will be a St. Lawrence plan, which I think should be interesting given the fact that Ryan does limit at least the possible elevations and color package schemes that you can use depending on who your neighbors are to the left and right of you and across from you. So I'm wondering what elevation they went with. It does seem to have a full front porch as far as I can tell here, so we'll get to see what that looks like here in a little bit. You could probably also tell at this point from at least where this home is placed. Looks like we have about 20 to 25 feet of setback here from house to house. So that is about what we should expect, I will say, not just on this side, but on the adjacent side of us as well. These lots that are immediately adjacent to us are around 1/4 of an acre. They do go up to around 1/2 an acre in the community at various different points. Not the largest lot you could certainly get or find here in the US, but still a decent amount of space between neighbors, and I think enough for us, given what I've seen in some other communities where homes are almost, I would say, barely a single family home with maybe 5-foot setback, 3-foot setback, some pretty wild things, so this is certainly fine. But in terms of the big updates that have taken place here, those are going to be along the interior, and at least one particular thing of note is going to be, I would say, the main highlight that we've noticed that has taken place here in the past week. So that being the fact that we now have our pre-engineered hardwood floors that are, I would say, mostly installed at this point, maybe around 80% complete. Now, we did get the hard surface upgrade in our particular home, so essentially the entire first level, and that includes the family room, the library, which will be Ariel's office, and then the study, which will become my office. These areas typically come with carpet, but we did upgrade them to the hard surface. And then all of the other areas in the foyer, kitchen, breakfast, dining area, these all would have a hard surface material regardless of the upgrade. So as we were here checking on the home, as you can see, they were doing the pre-engineered hardwood flooring installation. Contractors here were doing a great job. Maybe a couple things I'll point out here with the floors. So this is a Bruce product, 6.5-inch plank width. Apparently known as Summer's Day is the finish, so it has sort of an ash veneer on it, and sort of a lighter kind of beige brown color, you might say. And as you can see here, me just taking a look at it, it's a pretty durable, solid material, definitely an upgrade in this case from LVP, and it is worth mentioning in this case, so LVP was the standard hard surface product that they were offering in our community. We actually upgraded more so to the pre-engineered hardwood flooring, more than just a material selection choice for the fact that mainly the LVP options and the packages we were looking at that. So we were looking at the Dartmouth package, and it had a darker LVP finish than we were, hoping to have in the home. And considering we were getting the darker Sonoma Maple Latte cabinets, Ariel wanted to keep the flooring light just to make sure the house itself wasn't too dark. So we went with the upgraded package in the Laurent, which had the pre-engineered hardwood, just to be able to have a little bit of a lighter flooring material, but also knowing that, essentially we were getting an upgraded product as well. From what I see so far, it does look really nice here, and you can see them laying it out here in the library. Maybe we'll check back on that room in a bit, and you can see it finished once we leave. You can see in this case that they were taking any of the damage boards, they were marking them and excluding them from being installed, which is good to see. As you can see here in the library, there is an underlayment they're using, so this is, I guess, a floating floor, or they're designing it to be installed as a floating floor, for what it's worth. When they do install these floors, I'm not sure 100% if it's the case with LVP as well, but did notice it for the pre-engineered hardwood. You might notice some slight gaps, of course, to the wall or around different things like the cabinets. This is all going to be covered at some point with toe kick, so you'll see the big giant batch of toe kick that they had here ready to be installed at some point. So these minor things should be covered over and a non-issue overall in the install process, but just something to keep in mind if and when you do see it. Now, other than that, I would say it was mostly a case of noticing just minor details and different things that have been installed. Now, this includes the fact that we now have towel bars and toilet paper holders in all of the bathrooms. Everything from the downstairs powder room, the main owner's bathroom, as you're going to see here, the hall bathroom on the second floor for the secondary bedrooms, and even in the basement bathroom. These have all been added in, and I did get to give them a tug or two. They seem pretty secure. Another thing that's been installed along the front are the closet wire shelves. I would say these are maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 60% complete. So you'll see certain rooms like the owner's bedroom closet that has this partially complete. There were certainly other areas like the linen closet and the hallway bathroom, some of the walk-in closets within the secondary bedrooms that had this finished, but others where this was not completed yet. This is pretty typical builder grade closet shelving material. Looks to be closet made, as you're going to see here. It is installed with drywall anchors, so it is pretty strong, I would say, but again, might not want to put the absolute heaviest of items on there. Other than that, it was sort of a mixture of capturing things we already saw, but maybe getting a closer look at them, such as the portrait white bathroom tiles and the little accessory details that they did on the ceramic tile install, and or just getting to see and appreciate those other features we noticed at the week 12 update point, which if you haven't seen that video yet, I'll leave a link to above and in the description below that you can check out, including some of those sensor controlled lights and the dimmers and some of the other enhancements there. Also worth noting, as you're going to see here, the shower door for the basement bathroom has now been installed. This looks like an acrylic plexiglass kind of material that has sort of a magnetic catch when you open and close it. We are getting a seamless glass shower door for the owner's bathroom. That was an upgrade we did pay for from Ryan, but this unit seems pretty good overall. And yes, also just taking inventory on some of the things that have been delivered to the home thus far. So no appliances or anything. I was kind of hoping for that, but we did get a couple notable things that includes window screens and some downspout splash guards for the gutter system to run water away from the home. And as you can see here, by the time we left the house, it was night, and we had even more progress along the flooring front that you can see here in the library. And so that's where we are with our week 13 update. Minor enhancements along the exterior, and of course, making sure that that roof and some of the shingle issues there get fixed. And definitely some good progress along the pre-engineered hardwood flooring front in the interior, and some other little enhancements here and there that we'll be keeping our eyes on moving forward. Hopefully this video has been of some help to you. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if it has. If this is the first video you're seeing in this Ryan Homes St. Lawrence build series, well, I would definitely encourage you to go back and check out how we got here, because this is week 13 and we've had a lot, and I do mean a lot of progress and changes over the past few months that have allowed us to get this far. And of course, because this is not complete yet, we still have a good number of weeks to go. Stay tuned for the next update here on the channel. For now, that is all I have to say. So thanks for watching.